Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue exploring Tesla's full self-driving technology, its progress and its limitations here in Melbourne, Australia. So today I've got a drive from a place called Heatherton. Yes, Heatherton to another suburb in Melbourne's southeast. As you can see, it's at Vic Roads. So if you guys have been here, and if you're living in Melbourne, you know what Vic Roads is about. In Brisbane, I forget what it's called, but in Darwin, it's the MVR, Motor Vehicle Registry, where you go and pay the government to drive on the roads, and they, make the roads and register everyone safely anyway. But one thing I wanted to talk, one thing I wanted to say is, it's very strange here in Melbourne that when you want to make an appointment for, I'm not sure if it's all appointments, but if you want to make an appointment to say transfer your license, well, that's the only option I've had to go there for. But when I go to make the appointment, I actually have to pay $21.90 every time to make an appointment. And so I made an appointment originally, and then they told me, hey, we haven't done our work on our part to transfer your license over successfully from interstate. So you must now come back at another date. And then I asked them, can I just make that appointment now? And they're like, no, you have to go and pay again for another appointment. So it's cost me $42 just to do a license transfer, which is really strange. I mean, I've never encountered that before in any other state that I lived in Australia. I just thought that this was a government service. It was necessary. So, you just got your ticket, maybe made an appointment, and then you just arrive for your appointment. Actually, even overseas, it's not like this. You just make an appointment or you get a ticket and you just wait. But here they seem to charge you. I don't know the reason why. If anyone can tell me why they charge you, and it's not, like a nominal fee, it's $22. So it cost me $44. Also, the first appointment they screwed up. So that was their bad. And they told me, yeah, come back again in a week's time. I'm like, but what do you mean? I have to pay again? Anyway, whatever. Let's continue with the video. Letting you guys know, if you're not aware, there was a recent update to version 13.2.9 full self-driving here in Australia. So this is actually my first drive using full self-driving with the new update. And I can tell you there have been some noticeable improvements. I'm actually going to put up the updates onto the screen for you right about now. If you want, you can go ahead and pause and have a read through what the specific points that have come out on this update. I'll try my best to explain some of them as much as I can, as much as to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, feel free to pause and then we'll continue on with the rest of the video. So if you guys have read all those points and can understand them, then you're probably doing a lot better than I'm doing, because to me, it's very technical jargon that Tesla is implementing into their technology. I'm not an engineer. I don't actually know specifically what they're talking about, but I can tell you my personal anecdotal experience of what's happening with the update. And so hopefully over this video, I can talk you through some of the things that I have noticed in this new and improved version 13.2.9. Just to be clear, it is still version 13.2.9 that we've always had here in Australia. It's just an update or an improvement to the version. And so straight away, one thing that we noticed is, I'm not sure if you guys know, I would have talked about it before, but someone asked me in the comments about the ability to activate the shift control, the lever, the turn signal, like I did just then, to get into the left or right lanes to anticipate right or left turns, go around cars, etc. So straight away what we noticed was the lag or the latency between me pressing the turn signal and the car actually turning was much quicker. It seemed more smooth and more human-like. Previously, it would sort of just like, you would indicate and then it would doubly check everything was safe and then make the turn or change lanes. But now it seems it's like, whoa, it's actually a lot more intuitive. Sorry, not intuitive. Just it seems to make the decision a lot faster, which does tie into one of the points saying like improved latency. I guess that's just them, the update software speeding up the process of decision making. So instead of being, I guess it's like, when you're, the best way that I could compare it to is like when you're young and you're 16 or 17 and you're getting your driver's license, you're very cautious most people, when they're doing their driver's license or doing their driver's tests, they're extremely cautious. And so they'll take things a little bit slower, look around a little bit more, and then indicate and then make the decision. Whereas when you start to get more confident, you start to become more used to the surroundings on the roads, you just indicate, quick check, and then you turn, which is what I feel like it's doing. And I guess that's the whole point, right? Like you want your your vehicle, your driver, whether it be a robot or technology or a human driver, to drive initially very safely, and then over the years to slowly improve. And I guess this is exactly what full self-driving is doing. It's I noticed that it's getting a lot better at specifically, as you can see on the road now, these types of roads where there's a lot of cars parked on the road. It makes decisions much better, as in it either goes for a gap or allows people to pass a lot quicker. And especially on this drive as well, we notice that it's just becoming more and more, I said it before, but it's becoming more and more human-like. And quite frankly, it's very exciting to see the technology progressing. Right now, as you can see, it's let this person through. Okay, here we go. And then straight into the gap. Let's go. I say, like a caveat at the start of every video, there are limitations, and in this video, there is no intervention. I don't think. I think we just go through the whole drive without any problem, which was nice. But yeah, hopefully I can show you. I've got a whole backlog of videos to show you guys. So there are moments where I've had to take over, and I plan to get those videos up. Right now, I'm experiencing some hardware PC difficulties. Just using a bit of dated technology and hardware. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. Actually, it is time for an upgrade. So yeah, that'll be a lot helpful making these videos in the future. One thing I wasn't aware of, and I should bring up now, is the auto park feature. So the ability to, like, when you're driving in a car park, to slow down and then pick a parking spot, and then for the Tesla to park itself. So previously I thought that was available in all Tesla models. I was actually wrong. It's only models with the full self-driving subscription or with the full self-driving package pre-purchased. So yeah, I only learned this about a week ago. My brother has a Tesla, and he doesn't have full self-driving, and he told me that that option is not available to him. So if you guys don't have that option, I don't know, is full self-driving worth the auto park? I can tell you, if you're an older lady or an older gentleman, the auto park feature is 100% worth it. It just takes all the guesswork out of parking, the angles. It's not 100% accurate all the time. There are it'll be a little bit off an angle, but you can fix that very easily. I reckon it's very worth your time if you're an older person and you're not really sure of your car's dimensions. You can easily just at the push of a button, boom, goes and parks. I've showcased the auto park feature a few times. I'm not sure if this video does it or not, but yeah, go back to my videos, you can see it. It's really handy. I use it all the time now. Every time to park, it's really awesome. One of the improvements on this version, if you didn't look through the points that I put up on the screen, is improved camera cleaning. So I was like, oh, what is this? I didn't even know the cameras clean themselves. So apparently they do. And I actually have had an issue one time when I was up very early in the morning, about 5 a.m. I was in a bit of a pocket in some area which was much colder than the rest of than the drive there. So when I got back in my car after about an hour, the cameras had actually fogged over on the Tesla. So, usually I get into the car and I activate full self-driving and it, just takes off. But this time, it wouldn't let me initiate full self-driving because the cameras, it showed me on the center console that they had fogged up. And so I had to wait a certain amount. I had to wait a certain amount of time before I could initiate full self-driving. I actually just continued driving straight away, and then I was able to initiate full self-driving. But yeah, they're really interesting. So they must clean themselves by heating up or getting rid of dew on the surface. Anyway, up ahead, a really interesting thing has come up. So with in my previous videos, you would have heard me talk about the 40 zones. So Tesla just with full self-driving just gets the speed limit from maps, the navigation system that it's using. And so one of the things I've always complained about is school zones and the fact that it does 40 in school zones even when it's outside of those hours. Well, today we have a bit of an outlying case. So as you can see, we're pointing at the screen because we're a bit confused. There was a 40 kilometer zone back there, but Tesla has up on the screen is saying that it's 50 kilometers an hour. So we just drove past the school zone sign. We're still in school. It's about 3:50 p.m. So we're still within the school zone times, but on the navigation, as you can see, I'm pointing to it, it says 50 kilometers an hour. But I mean, we're still doing 40 kilometers an hour. We weren't going over the speed limit, which is fine, but it was very different. This is a very different case from everything else. Usually before it had been, 70, and then it would all of a sudden slow down to a 40 zone because it thought it was in a school zone. Maybe that's something to do with the update. Maybe that's something to do with just this area right here, which I can't remember if we've driven through before, but yeah, hopefully I get to come this route again to see if it's improved or anything like that. Talking about school zones as well, though, I have noticed that there's a couple of school zones around where we live that have just sort of transitioned from it's 40 between, I can't remember the times, school zone times, this many hours, and then, this many hours, I think it's like 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. So our school zone in this area has actually transitioned to just digital speed limit signs. And now they're just continuously 40 kilometers an hour. I'm not sure if you guys have experienced this or if this is a new rollout, but I mean, I don't mind, whatever. I'll just do 40. But yeah, there's zones now which are just continuously 40 kilometers an hour near these schools. So yeah, I guess I should look that up and see if Victoria is changing the laws or anything like that, because it's not the only place I've seen it. There's like these digital signs, speed limit signs now, which are just continuously 40 kilometers an hour. I mean, I don't mind with full self-driving. Like I keep talking about, it just drives me. It's just like getting an Uber. I don't care. If I'm in a rush, then I'll drive. But most of the time, it's just taking me around. But maybe you guys are seriously impacted by school zones, especially if you drive through maybe like 3 or 4 every day and you have to slow down significantly during those school zone times. But now having to slow down fully all the time, yeah, maybe that could add some time to your travel. Yeah, let me know if that's affecting you or not. Another thing about full self-driving that my wife doesn't really particularly like is the fact that when full self-driving picks a route to your destination, I think it's using a lot of algorithmic information to try to avoid main roads where there are a lot of traffic lights. and there's a lot of traffic at those lights to try and find you a more a shorter route and a more efficient route, right? But my wife particularly doesn't like that. She likes just going down straight down the main roads, straight, and then right or left wherever you needed to go. Whereas if you've just been watching this video at all, you would have noticed that, yeah, Tesla and the navigation system really likes to take a lot of like side streets. I don't mind actually. I like seeing it navigate the streets. I like seeing it go down quiet streets. I like seeing it go around, those parked cars. I like seeing it give way to oncoming traffic. I like seeing it go around roundabouts. It's for me, I liked it. I like seeing what it does, and letting it play out. But for my wife particularly, she just likes coming straight. She said it gives her a bit of a headache going down all these twisty turns, which like we do right now. And she's a little bit sick of it. But yeah, I tried to explain to her like, yeah, it's just like in an Uber, man. They just do whatever they want to do. And here she is with her hand gestures telling me, yeah, it's going left and right instead of just going straight. So that's one thing. Maybe you guys have experienced it if you're using full self-driving, but yeah, what do you guys like to do? Do you like just going straight, or do you like taking back routes and trying to save time, etc.? But I have noticed, yeah, that a lot of the routes, I keep saying routes or routes, whatever. A lot of the routes in the back lanes or back, whatever. They have a lot of speed bumps, obviously to slow down people driving too fast, keep noise down, keep noise to a minimum, and yeah, try to be safe for pedestrians who are ultimately, in these areas, in these residential areas. This is interesting. So coming up to this road here, full self-driving is a bit cautious. It looks left and right, and it stops at the stop line like it's supposed to. We sort of start to move forward, but this guy, he doesn't give way to us, which we are oncoming traffic. We weren't indicating right or left. Maybe he'd been waiting there for a long time. That road is particularly bad. It didn't bother me whatsoever. We only slightly moved forward, so there was no traffic. Maybe he was in a bit of a rush, but maybe if I was a human driver and he had pulled in front of me, I would have gotten a bit emotional and been like, ah! But full self-driving was driving, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's all good. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, and also I guess speaking on the topic of emotional human drivers, yeah, I seem to, I mean, you guys would have all experienced this before, I guess, being in a vehicle. Maybe you're in a rush, or you need to be somewhere in time, or you spend a lot of time in traffic and it's just going slow, and your time's wasting. But I noticed a lot of, not a lot, but I've noticed a few drivers on the road. It's like bumper to bumper traffic in like places like near Richmond or whatever. There's just one lane streets, and everyone's sort of backed up. Traffic is just bad in some places, right? But I notice there's a few drivers who you can start seeing them behind you, and they start to like start driving a little bit erratic, trying to overtake in the left lane when there's like parked cars in the left lane, or like traffic is bumper to bumper, standstill. And so it happened to me the other day where I stopped full self-driving stopped before a keep clear zone, for cars to turn right down. So I stopped we stopped at the keep clear zone, and the driver behind me, I think he was a taxi, started getting really erratic and like went to indicate left, went to zoom around me to the left, and then realized, oh yeah, there's like bumper to bumper traffic. We've stopped because we're keeping clear of the zone, and he couldn't go any further because obviously we were in a keep clear zone. So like I've never seen full self-driving do that. I've seen it get I've seen it be decisive, but not emotional like that. It's never driven erratically or dangerously because of perceived wastage of time. At the end of the day, that's just a necessary evil, wastage of time in traffic, right? Like you can't ultimately, unless you've got a motorcycle or you're going in and out of traffic, zooming in and out, you're in a car, ultimately you can't really control how traffic is going to flow. You just have to let it go. And yeah, I guess this goes back to my point. It's like, you know, when you're using full self-driving, it's like you're driving or you're getting driven around by an Uber or a taxi. And it's just, yeah, easy. Yeah, if you can see right now, there's a few cones on the left-hand side, a bit of roadworks. We start to slow down, but we're also navigating around oncoming traffic really well. Like, it's giving enough of a berth on the left for the witches hats, and then oncoming traffic as well. It was quite narrow, but yeah, Tesla full self-driving with the cameras and with the spatial awareness is pretty good. I think it's pretty good when it comes to these little edge cases where there's road work and there's other cars or pedestrians present. Saying that, there is a video I want to show you guys in the near future, which really small roundabouts. So with normal roundabouts, you know, like really big 1-2 lane roundabouts, full self-driving handles them, no problem whatsoever. But with the really small roundabouts where you've sort of got to, you know, if you're turning right, you really got to need it in the left lane so that you can like clear the roundabout. It does struggle a bit like that. And yeah, I hope to bring you that video in the near future. But yeah, I would have said previously, this is like one of my favorite streets to go down, sorry, because it's close to our place and there's a lot of parked cars on the left or the right. No, just on the left. So you have to give way to a lot of oncoming traffic. It's very good. Tesla, I feel like it's improved. From when I first started using it, it was a little bit like, doesn't know really what to do. And then it would sort of stop or I'd have to intervene. I haven't had to intervene at all on this entire trip. And as you can see, yep, oncoming traffic. Yeah, pulls to the left, slightly to the left, slows down. Okay, cool. Space is there. We can fit through, you know. Very, very good. I can't harp on about how much I love using full self-driving. Maybe I haven't mentioned it in the past, or I'll mention it again, but I actually am not using the subscription. So when I purchased this Model Y, I purchased the full self-driving package completely. Why did I do that? Well, I'm interested in technology, I guess. I have been for a while, and that's why I'm making videos about it, because I think it's fascinating. I think this is the whole concept of a vehicle driving you around autonomously is just amazing. Obviously, just using vision only as well, you know. Hasn't got any radar, hasn't got any LiDAR or anything like that. It's just vision, cameras, and then a neural network, which is basically what humans are like, right? 2 eyeballs, 2 cameras, plus a neural network, our brain. And to see it just operate in traffic, daily drives every day without not without failure, with hiccups every now and then. But I mean, humans make errors all the time, right? If you don't believe me, simply just subscribe to the channel Dashcams Australia. Go to their weekly submission, and I can't think of a stronger case for fully autonomous driving than that YouTube channel alone. It's astonishing how bad and how many incidents there are on Australian roads every week. So anyway, if you guys aren't aware, we are nearing our destination. So yeah, looks like the software update to version 13.2.9 is pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you guys are too. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see anything in particular. I know I've got some Chadstone and Chapel laps to get to, but yeah, anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next video. So, see ya.